Hello everyone, it's Carson again. I haven't done a regular video like this in quite a bit. Not since the dog video, I'm pretty sure, from like 2, 3 months ago. But today I'm making this video in honor of the 100 subscribers milestone. Thank you guys a lot. It means a lot to me. So I started this YouTube channel mainly because I was given the access to create a YouTube channel again. For you guys who don't know, I don't know if I've ever said this on the channel before, but I've had a few other YouTube channels that are probably no longer available because they're on other devices that I've had. And those videos were not very good, mainly because I was like 10 at the time, something like that, 11 maybe. So very crappy videos, just recorded on my old tablet that I had. But another reason I started this YouTube channel is because I wanted to share my music with you guys. That was one of the biggest reasons I got into music, is because I wanted to share it with people. And clearly you guys have shown me that you love my music, because I've uploaded a bunch of those weird core songs recently, and you guys seem to love those, which is great, because I want you guys to like the music I make. But I haven't done a drum video in a while, so a little bit of this video might be me playing drums. We'll see. I plan on doing a few things in this video. Just kind of talking a little bit about updates for the channel, and what's going to be going on going forward from here. So the reason I have not been uploading many regular videos recently is because I'm on summer break right now, and I want to do stuff. I've mostly been sleeping, honestly. Sleep has been a main thing for me this summer, which I know is maybe a thing for you guys when you finish school. But another reason I haven't been uploading that many videos is because my dog, Jessie, we had to sadly put down in early April or May, something like that. And that kind of just screwed me up a little bit, because she was only 12, I think. Only like 12 something. And I got three other dogs, but she was my first dog, and my brother's first dog. So that kind of just hurt us a little bit. So I kind of took a break from long form videos for a little bit and started doing the music stuff. The last like real video I uploaded was the drum solo I did at my school, which that wasn't even recorded by me. It was recorded by my stepmom, obviously, because my phone doesn't, or my school doesn't allow phones. So, but yeah, that's just kind of what I've been up to. I've been playing a lot of games recently. I've been really getting into Ultra Kill recently. I've liked Ultra Kill for a while, but I like took it seriously this new time around. And then I've also been playing more Roblox, even though I hate Roblox. The people there are just awful. But there's still a lot of fun games on Roblox. My personal favorite is probably War Simulator. And then there's a few other games that I really like from when I was growing up. So yeah. But I've also been like kind of in the mindset where, since I sleep so much, I barely have any time during the day to actually do stuff, because I sleep in basically until about 11 sometimes, and that like 11 a.m., and that kind of screws up my whole schedule. Not that I really have one during the summer, obviously, but it kind of just yeah, screws up my whole mindset with how I want to spend my day. Uh, but yeah, those are kind of just some of the updates. I will be trying to get more videos to you guys, like these kind of forum videos. I might start doing more of the tier list videos. The thing about those is that with the new setup I have, it's kind of a little bit of a pain in the ass to actually record them. So I might try to record them with my snipping tool app that I have on my computer. Um, and another thing I've been really liking recently, I recently got Voice Mod, which for those who don't know what Voice Mod is, it's a voice changer thing that also has a soundboard. And I'm getting the subscription for that soon to get all the voices and stuff. I just like trolling people. But it also will help a little bit with actual like audio recording because it has a clean mic in there. So yeah, that'll help a little bit. But I also might switch to the other voices sometimes because they're funny to me anyway. You guys probably won't like it, but I will try to start doing more drum videos. I got my drums right here. In fact, they haven't changed much, honestly. So, I have been relentlessly recording stuff. I forgot to mention that. I have been relentlessly recording stuff. I have over 100 songs currently in my voice recording app. Another reason I didn't so one of the reasons I didn't upload the full album yet for that new album I was supposed to be releasing on May 31st is because I was just so recording focused. Like I completely forgot that I was already in the stage of doing that album, which I had already finished, obviously. But I was like so focused on making other music because I post on other platforms too. I post on BandLab first of all, and then I post on TikTok as well. So yeah, but most of the time I've been recording and sleeping. So, and then the other percent is me playing games. So what I'm gonna do in this video is we're gonna go say hi to the dogs first because you haven't seen them in a while. So let's go do that. Go say hi to the dogs.
Hi, good girl. What you doing? Hi.
Yeah, she still likes hanging out up here, honestly.
Hi, Frankie. Hi, buddy. Hi, bud.
Oh, you're so cute, buddy. And here's Rosie.
Hi, good girl.
See if we can find the cat. We probably can't. Oh, another thing I've been getting into recently, guys, is I got a steering wheel for Forza 6. So, but yeah, I've been doing a lot of stuff since I last uploaded like a real video. But Oh, another thing I got into anime. So I got some manga. I got Demon Slayer. I got Death Note. I got the first 3 One Piece omnibuses, and then I got the Attack on Titan omnibus, the first one, and then I got the first 2 Naruto books. About me with reading is that I don't typically read, so I end up just like having the books just stay on the shelves for a while before I finally read them. Like, I've barely read it. I finished the first Naruto book. That is the only one I've actually finished. And mainly, it's probably because I have the omnibuses, which have usually 3 books in one. So, it's maybe why I haven't been reading them. It's because just so much reading in all of them. But it doesn't really matter. Anyway, we're going to play some drums now. I'm thinking of how I want to do this. So I honestly forgot where my stand is. I think it's in my closet, maybe. Or maybe it's not. Well, dang. Maybe I gotta look. Maybe I gotta look harder. I don't know where it could be, honestly. Whatever, it doesn't matter. I'll just record it. Like this, maybe. Something like that. That should be fine. Just hope my phone doesn't fall, because that would suck. So, what I want to do is kind of just show you guys what I've been doing on the drums. So, okay. So one of the things I discovered on the drums recently is that I can change the tempo of the songs. Like, I can just change it however I want. And I think that's hilarious, because I could make any slow song immediately turn into like a deathcore song by putting it at 280 BPM. So, yeah, let me just show you what I've been kind of doing recently. I've been doing a lot of blast beats. I learned how to play this pretty cool Gojira blast beat. Can you guess what it is? If you know what that song is from Gojira, you are a legend. But, yeah, I'm just kind of gonna jam for a little bit, because you guys haven't gotten a real drum video in a while, so have fun! It's so good to make another drum video. Well, that sure took a lot out of me. I'm joking, I'm fine. So, another reason I wanted to make this video is to tell you guys how little effort it takes to make my videos. So back then, when I first started my YouTube channel about a year ago, I started with the tier list videos, which those videos were very, very low effort. And now I try to put a little bit more effort into my videos. Like, now that I am able to actually talk in like a full conversation most of the time, I try to actually, like, you know, talk in my videos. I think the best example of me trying to make good arguments is the Metallica Are the Later Albums Actually Bad? That is one of my favorite videos I've created ever, just because I think that was one of my most well thought out videos, because I went into the video knowing what I was going to talk about, obviously, and then making points and making fair arguments on why these albums are good or bad. And my opinion on Saint Anger has honestly changed a little bit. I re-listened to that album a few times not too long ago, and I'll make a separate video about that. And I'll make a few separate videos about albums that I've kind of changed my mind on. So, yeah. Now some of you guys may hate those opinions, or you guys will love them, but we'll see. But, yeah, I don't put that much effort into my videos, honestly, except for my drum videos and drum audio, which obviously take a lot out of me, just energy-wise. And then with the weirdcore songs, that doesn't take that much out of me, honestly, because I program everything and record everything. Like, I program the drums and stuff. And then what I do for, like, guitar and that kind of thing is I ask my friend to record guitar for me because he plays guitar. And then he'll record those, and then I'll layer those together, like with the drums and whatever sound effects I'll use and that kind of thing. And then I'll put it through a slow to reverb generator. A slow to reverb generator, which makes the songs feel a little bit more like a weirdcore thing, because it's kind of the whole goal with the song, obviously. And since I started uploading those weirdcore videos, you guys have made some of my most viewed videos, those songs. And then now my most viewed video is that slow to reverb version of Tessa from Transformers Age of Extinction, which I didn't even mean to upload that for you guys. I uploaded that for my brother because he really wanted me to make a slow to reverb version of that extended version of that song, because he really likes that song. So I made that version for him. But I guess you guys really loved it too. Same with those other slow to reverb songs that I made. Not the ones from like a few months ago. Those I made for you guys. Those ones I made for me and you guys. These ones that are from the past like week or two, those are for my brother, because he really enjoyed those songs, so he wanted me to make those slow to reverb versions for him, and I did. So yeah. But you guys clearly seem to like them, so I will keep that in mind. Another reason I think I've been getting so many views recently is because I started putting hashtags in my videos more. Because back when I started YouTube, I did not know those were the view makers. Like, I didn't know putting hashtags in your videos would help you until my brother told me, because he also has a YouTube channel that has a ton of views. So and then on TikTok, I also get a ton of views on my videos because I started putting hashtags. But I also think I had enough viewers at this point, to the point where it just like was almost like supposed to happen where I got views, because I think I had, I think maybe 70 or 80 subscribers, or maybe just a little bit more than that, when I started uploading the Weirdcore songs. So I think I still had enough people that were going to see it, where they're like, oh yeah, this is cool. And then I think putting hashtags on my videos also helped new people find my videos. I also really appreciate your guys' comments on my songs. That's really helpful. Because I know whether you guys love or hate the songs, which almost all of you really love them. I shouldn't say almost all of you. All of you really love the songs, from what I've seen, so thank you. Yeah, that means a lot. And I rarely ever like try to ever speak about my music in my videos, because I know you probably don't want to hear about it, but this is one of the few times where I will try to speak about it, because it's kind of what just got me 100 subscribers. So yeah, and you guys probably don't enjoy me talking about my music sometimes, if it's a separate video where I'm doing like a tier list and that kind of thing. But this video, I will talk about my music. So yeah. For this last little bit of the video, last 29 minutes is what my camera app is saying, for the limit. I'm gonna kind of just talk about my thoughts on recent music that have come out. So let's start with new Megadeth. I fucking hated it. It was awful, in my opinion. I really hated that album. The only good song on there was Tipping Point, and that was the lead single. So obviously it was going to be the best song on the album. I thought there was a few Megadeth sounding moments on that album, but like it just wasn't there, man. They were completely gone on that album, in my opinion. And the Ride the Lightning cover I thought was pretty bad, honestly, because I know Dave Mustaine has kind of gotten over all the stuff with Metallica, but then immediately went and did a cover of Ride the Lightning, which I get that he wrote that song technically, because it's heavily debated. I personally think he did, but I get he wrote it, but I feel like him doing a cover of that song maybe was him saying that he's better than Metallica, but I know some people say it's him respecting Metallica's legacy, and that kind of thing, which Metallica honestly has had a better later career, other than Saint Anger obviously, than Megadeth. But Megadeth has had arguably the worst later career of the big four, other than Anthrax, which they had a better later career than Megadeth, in my opinion. Because throughout the 2000s, Megadeth released a few really good classic albums and then immediately just started producing shit. Like, they released Super Collider and 13, which are arguably some of the worst metal albums ever created. And then they would just release this piece of shit. And The Sick, the Dying, and the Dead wasn't even that good either. It was heavily carried by guitar solos. Like Megadeth mostly is covered and carried by guitar solos most of the time because they put fucking 1,000 guitar solos in every one of their songs. Anyway, done with Megadeth. You guys can argue in the comments. New Lamb of God. This was a pleasant surprise. After their last two albums kind of didn't hit for me, this was a pretty good surprise. I personally really liked this album. Into Oblivion is what it's called. You guys probably already know that. But in my opinion, it sounded the most like Lamb of God in the past few years. Because Self-Titled was okay. That was their first album with the new drummer after Chris Adler left to play with Megadeth. Which, speaking of Megadeth, Dystopia is a good album. I will defend that with all my heart. Dystopia is a pretty good album. Anyway, back to Lamb of God. Into Oblivion I thought was pretty good. Title track, the opening song of the album, I think that's a pretty good opener. And then Parasocial Crisis, or Christ, whatever it is. That is a pretty good song too. And then Sepsis, that was pretty good. What was some of the other songs? I honestly forgot. It's been a while since I listened to it. New Mastodon. This was a pretty pleasant surprise. The new Mastodon single. What did I say? Single. There we go. Just came out recently, and I thought that was better than the entire Hushed and Grim album combined. That album was a bloated stinker of an album. I thought this song alone was better than that entire album. And maybe when the full album comes out, I will maybe have to change my opinion, but I think Mastodon, you saw their live performance that I put on YouTube. It's one of my most viewed videos. They still got it. They still sound amazing live. And this song just proved that to me even more, that they still have that good sound in them. And, you know, it's one of those songs that kind of just gives you the full Mastodon experience. You got the screamy intro and then the clean vocals from Brant Daler, which he is arguably the best singer in the band, honestly, because he does some of the best clean singing I've ever heard. And he's a drummer. He shouldn't be singing. But what else came out recently? New Periphery album. That was pretty solid. A Pale White Dot. That was definitely like a pretty good gent album. Pretty good prog album too. I saw them live with Mastodon. You guys saw that video probably too, because I uploaded both of those videos in the same day. And that was my first time hearing Periphery. And then I listened to like their entire discography after that, and I was like, oh yeah, this shit's good. So, yeah. Another band I got into recently because one of my teachers at school really liked them. Haken. They are a prog band, for those who don't know. And they have released some of the wackiest songs ever. And I mean that in a good way. Like, in my opinion, they are better than Dream Theater. And I really like Dream Theater. So, in my opinion, Haken is better than Dream Theater. Because they have a better vocalist than Dream Theater, first of all. They don't have a better drummer than Dream Theater. Because, you know, Mike Portnoy and Mike Mangini are fucking phenomenal drummers. Best goddamn prog drummers in the universe. But Ray Hearn, still a pretty good drummer. I listened to the two new Haken songs that came out recently. It's sounding like it's going to be a pretty good album. That might be one of the tier lists I do as a Haken tier list. I still got a few tier lists that I got planned. Still want to do a Deftones tier list. I might do a Periphery tier list. I might do another Metallica remastered tier list because I've got even more thoughts now. And then what else? There's a few other tier lists I want to do at some point. Another thing I want to talk about is the Gojira live show that I'm going to next month in July. I am not going to be recording that. Very sorry, but this is basically a one in a lifetime experience for me, because I have wanted to see Gojira for so long now. I've been wanting to see them since I first heard them a few years back, when my dad showed me them, and this is the first time I'm seeing them. My dad's already seen them 2 times. How do you think I feel? So I'm not going to be recording that because I want to experience this. I know you guys also probably want to experience this, but this is also a festival, and this is my first festival that I'm going to. So I don't want to deal with having to record for like 8-9 hours because I don't have enough storage on my phone for that. Like, yeah, I could just record Gojira, but I know you guys would probably want to see the other bands too. Which I don't know why you guys would want to see the other bands, because Gojira is probably going to be the best one there. But yeah, that's about all I got for new music. I want to talk about some new games. So I got Resident Evil Requiem when that came out. That game is fucking phenomenal. Probably my favorite Resident Evil game. And I've played most of them. I still really enjoy Resident Evil 4 Remake, and OG Resident Evil 4. And then I really like Resident Evil 2 Remake. I have not played the OG Resident Evil 2. But now that they released the OG Resident Evil games on Steam, I could technically do that. And then I got the Killer Bean game, which I've only played it once since I got it because it's a very repetitive game. But I heard they updated it a lot in the last few days. So I will probably play that. And then what else? There's still a lot of new games that I still gotta play. I played Mouse PI for Hire when that came out. I thought it was okay, just because I really like boomer shooters. Clearly, because I like Doom, Quake, Ultra Kill, and all those kind of games. So I obviously had to try it out, because it also had a pretty interesting art style that I really like. So I thought it was okay. But me personally, Doom is probably my favorite game of all time, because that was one of the first games that I really got into other than Call of Duty. And Doom is probably my favorite game. My favorite one is Doom 2016, just so you know. That was the really nostalgic game for me. So I've been playing it since I was like, I want to say pretty young. It's pretty young because that came out in 2016. I played the demo a lot, like a lot. So yeah, that's one of one of my really nostalgic games for me. I still replay it all the time. Same with Doom Eternal, because that is really close to also being one of my favorite games. It is. I'm really fucking excited for the new Doom the Dark Ages DLC, because I just recently replayed that game in store for the DLC. I'm terrified for how hard it's probably going to be. Just from what I saw from the trailer, it's really looking hard. So, which I know Doom is notorious for being a hard game, depending on what difficulty you're playing on. I always play on Ultra Violence, just because I've played Doom long enough to know that I'm somewhat good at it. So, yeah. If it's a game that I've already played like 1,000 times, I will usually just goof around and use cheats and that kind of thing. But if it's a game that I'm playing for the first time, so I don't use cheats for the first time I play games. And then on my like third or fourth playthrough, I will go around and start using like trainers and that kind of thing. I'm gonna do that same thing for Doom the Dark Ages. I'm gonna play through the DLC once, maybe twice without cheats, and then I will go back and destroy everything with cheats. But yeah, I've been really enjoying most of the games that have come out recently, so I'm pretty excited for the new Resident Evil Code Veronica remake that's coming out next year. That should be amazing, because it's on the same engine as Requiem, and that game had some of the best combat that I've seen in a game in a while. Just the Requiem alone, the gun, carried like the entire combat system in that game, because it's overpowered as all hell. It really is. And it's one of the best guns I've ever used in a game before. So I really enjoyed that. I also really enjoyed how hard Resident Evil Requiem was, because I played it on classic mode for my first playthrough. And then I played it on Insanity after I unlocked infinite ammo. And I was like, oh damn, this game is fucking hard. And I already knew it was hard, just my first playthrough. I was like, oh my god, this game is so hard. Mainly because blister heads exist, and those are some of the hardest zombies in gaming to kill. Just because they're really durable. But yeah, that's about all I wanted to share with you guys. Again, thank you for 100 subscribers. It really means a lot. I'm not gonna ask to shoot for any more than that for now. I'm very happy with where I'm at with YouTube right now. So thank you all, and I'll see y'all later. Peace. I'm so cringe. Alright. Bye, y'all. I will try to get the new album out to you guys soon. But since I've been recording so much, I've kind of lost track of which songs this album has. So, bye-bye.